Just this week, I received communication from a client who reached out to me and said, hey, could you guys use your farm worker recruitment service to actually find me a new farm worker? And when I asked about the previous one, they indicated that the previous one was too much talk and little work. That's not the first time I'm hearing that. I get that a lot of times from a lot of my clients that we have assisted. So I would like to lay out a few things that I told my client, which is to say that if you are going to have any employee or farm worker that you're going to bring on your farm who's going to produce results and not be rendered useless, is that you need to have these three things set out on the farm fully and running. And this is also the premise at which we are willing to work with different farm owners as they would like us to help them recruit farm workers. Is that first of all, is that you must be willing to have clarity of your own vision. Where are you taking this organization that you're building as a farm? What do you want it to become? You're starting out at one particular place, but what's the big picture? So that other people may be able to know that this has a big goal around it and we can rally along to actually achieve this big dream. The second thing is that you need to be able to train and onboard the new people that you bring to your farm. Meaning that show them what to do. Have an induction or an orientation process where somebody is walked through step by step what they need to do, and not expected along the road to actually do things by reading your mind, which is why we have consistently situations where we have to stop people. Stop doing that. That's not how we do it here. Stop doing that. That's not how we do it here. That happens when at the beginning you did very little explanation of how you do things here. Using a job description in the induction process, checklist and all, you would have solved these problems very easily. So I would like to say the third and last thing is that you should be able to actually help your employees by choosing the right type of worker that you would want. So what type of workers are there? I usually categorize them into two. One is handy workers, others are brain workers, or what I call simply brains. And this is how it looks like, is that the handy workers are the ones that you employ. They do very little strategic thinking with you. They rarely think into the future. They usually their responsibility is just to do whatever it is that you brought them to come and do. So when you bring them in, and most of us on our farms have this kind of people, is that when they come through and you tell them to say, I've brought you here to actually take care of chickens, is that after a while, when you now want to evolve in your business, they are stuck at the first thing that you brought them to do, because that is all they are capable of doing. They will not come to you and say, hey, I have noticed an opportunity where around this area there's a good chance that we can actually be able to grow this particular type of crop. Apart from the chickens, we can do goats and any of these other things. They are not going to see such opportunities. On the other hand, I said we have the brains. These are strategic thinkers. They are always thinking up good ideas and good ways of getting things done. The only challenge with them is that they rarely want to do what they're thinking. Now, this may be a problem for some of you who, at this point in time, you may not be completely living at your farm, or you are there but you're not fully involved in the farming activities, is that you don't want just a thinker. You also want somebody that is hands-on and that is going to be doing the activities. On the other hand, those who only have doers are also complaining and saying, but they are never willing to grow into any other thing. So what I would suggest to us is that get a hybrid. These are the type of workers that are actually willing to think with you, but as well as also are going to be able to do. And if you are starting a farm, I'd like to suggest that you start with such kind of people, because they will help set the tone of your farm, in that they will be able to manage the affairs of what is going on, think with you, show you opportunities, and actually be able to go and do the work. And if the work has become too much for them, it is easy for them to actually be able to hire casual workers who come in on a daily basis to just simply help out with a few tasks here and there.